Great, everyone. Thanks so much. Good morning. My name is Jill Bunting. I'm the leader of Sustainability Insights at Wells Fargo underneath our enterprise sustainability team. A lot of my work is focused on making sure our bankers have the sustainability-related knowledge and information to help meet our clients' and customers' needs. I'll also say in this room that my probably favorite aspect of my job is I also support our relationship with IN2 and get to connect with innovation in events like this. So thank you for letting me be here. Just a couple more words. A couple words about the IN2 program. So as I mentioned earlier, we've been around for a little while. It's a decade-long program, $55 million collaboration between Wells Fargo and the National Renewable Energy Lab out in Colorado. The backbone of that program is really the network of 60-plus channel partners that we have around the globe, including Urban Future Lab, to put on programming like this, support small business, and builds like the network of innovation that's necessary to bring new ideas to market. In addition to programming such as this, I did want to mention one other aspect of the program, which is that there's opportunities for clean tech companies to apply for non-dilutive funding and receive technical assistance and business support from our partners at the National Renewable Energy Lab. We think that's a really exciting opportunity for companies that have interesting tech and are looking for that level of technical validation and expertise to really get their tech to the next level and go over the hurdle to commercial adoption. In the last 10 years, we've had 74 clean tech startups participate in the program, and I would say that I won't take full credit for what happens when they leave the program, but we have seen some really interesting successes coming after that. So they've raised collectively $2.6 billion coming out of the program. We've also had several exits and mergers, which has been great to see. Oh, and then I'll say, if you are interested in sort of learning more about that aspect of the program, please feel free to reach out to one of the channel partners or find me at this event. Happy to talk to folks about the opportunities for participation there. To kick things off, I want to just offer a couple words about how we're seeing in our business the intersection of advanced energy projects and community engagement. And I think there's a couple different ways in which that's coming up and becoming more important in the work that we do. Starting from sort of within our own footprint, Wells Fargo itself has an enormous physical footprint in the United States. You probably saw one of our 4,000 branches when you walked in the front door. We also have millions of square footage of commercial real estate space. And being efficient and resilient in our operations is a business necessity for us. We have, to support us in that, set fairly ambitious 2030 sustainability goals, which includes a 70% reduction in our greenhouse gas emissions and halving our waste by the end of the decade. We've made good progress on that. We're rolling out solar across our portfolio. We're about to open up our first net positive campus down in Texas. And I would just say, like, for these types of goals, we're not going to get there with double-sided printing. Like, we need the next level of innovation to help propel us to that. And that's true regardless of whether, of whatever's happening on the policy or economic side. There's sort of business reasons that we need to engage in this. And I think as I look at what's coming down the pipeline, we're interested in figuring out how we can get more innovative ideas into our own portfolio. Lastly, I would like zooming out a little bit more to think about our role in the business and in the communities that we serve. We're seeing the impact of extreme weather events on our own communities and on our own employees. Just in the last year, we've had many employees impacted by extreme weather events, especially Hurricane Helene, and we had several branches closed as a result of the Los Angeles fires. In our response to those disasters, we've been thinking about building on our history of emergency preparedness and response and philanthropically. We also were very proud to be the first financial institution to reopen after the Los Angeles fires, and access to financial services is a form of infrastructure. But I think thinking more broadly, there's kind of two aspects of how we might address this going forward. One is on the tech side, which is thinking about how do we get resilient tech, innovative energy systems into our own operations. But there's also this community engagement piece that we have a footprint in communities. That's where we operate. That's how we do business. Is there an opportunity for us to think about our physical footprint in relationship to how we partner with communities? And I think we'd love to hear more creative ideas around those topics as well. And then the last thing I'll mention is in our work, so just taking a step back, one thing that's been interesting about joining Wells Fargo is prior to doing it, I was the deputy director of a nonprofit focused on green bank development. I think at our largest, we had about 15 full-time employees, and now I'm at an institution that has 220,000. So it's a little bit of a different sense of scale. What's exciting about that work is that we see the entire breadth of sustainable activity in the US economy. That's everything from like people purchasing efficient cooktops all the way up to financing huge battery and energy storage projects. And we think about monitoring and developing our capabilities along those lines in our service to our goal of deploying $500 billion of sustainable finance by the end of the decade. And in observing those sort of the breadth of transactions, what I've noticed is that many of our large clients are having the same questions and dealing with the same trends that we're dealing with and are trying to think about how they can respond to them. And I wonder if there's an opportunity for financial services, for other types of folks that provide services to those, to be more of a connector and thinking about how do you bridge the gap between what's happening on the ground and what's happening sort of at large corporates. And I would love to think about that coming out of this conference as well. So thanks for having me here. Really looking forward to the discussion, and I'll hand it back to Jeanette.